at this point. But then when Nigma are like they got their backs against the wall, that's when they come out with their really big strategies, or they have some kind of revelation and they make like these big loser bracket runs and things like that. So I'm quite interested to see what kind of Nigma we're gonna see
What the hell?
today.
We got some speed drafting going. These guys are drag
Oh yeah.
racing through the draft right now. Nobody's used any reserve time, and we currently have. Okay, so this literally just started, but we're already into like fifth ban. Anyways, we've got Magnus and Phoenix picked up from VP.Prodigy. Meanwhile, the side of Nigma, they've grabbed that Venge and Drow combo. So yeah, Venge, very popular to pick up the Drow Ranger right now for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think both of the teams they came very prepared into this match. You can see the bans. It was instant. The Phoenix insta first pick as well. Nigma instantly countering that with the Venge because they already had the plans to go with the Draw Ranger. VP.Prodigy pick up the Magnus. I'm pretty sure they already knew the Draw was gonna come because this is one of their strategies. The Venge Draw has been extremely popular. So they got this like really long range heroes that can kill the egg rather quickly, and also the agility is going to be provided for all of the range heroes, and the Vengeance Aura works extremely well with draw too. So quite a good opening for Nigma, and I think when you open draw like this, you're giving your mid lane and your side or your off laner more options to counterpick your opponent pretty much, because you get to see more of the draft since the carry is getting picked up first phase.
Yeah, yeah. This Phoenix Magnus, it's kind of a weird combo. I can kind of see how Magnus can sort of defend the egg with RP, but that's not really a thing. I don't know. I mean, and also we've seen the Magnus being played in the 5 as well, so I think this is still very flexible for VP.Prodigy.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Magnus into Drow, to be honest, because I think you're gonna have this range heroes who can take towers and push like or pressure you extremely early into the game. And in these Magnus drafts, they tend to just kind of jungle a little bit and play in two lanes. And if you do that against Drow drafts, you're just gonna lose all your objectives so quickly. And you're just gonna fall behind, or you're just gonna have the same amount of net worth as the Drow lineup does, and that generally doesn't uh, go well for you, because man is just you want your carry to be more farmed. You want them to be like maybe 1,000 to 5,000 gold ahead of your opponent carry, and I can't really see that happening right now fighting into the draw lineup here.
And now the Mars comes out for Nigma, so this kind of feels like a yoink to me. They were like, hey, you like this Mars? You want to play Mars into Mars with Phoenix? We know you do. Well, guess what? We're going to take it from you. And now VP.Prodigy are forced to go down a different route, it feels like here. Or maybe it was never their plan all along. Who knows? But VP.Prodigy, they're just going to steal up the Rubik here instead. Good Rubik game?
Not really, right? You don't have a whole lot of amazing spells to steal up here. I think they just picked the Rubik to have something that can shove out lanes, provide just a solid disable. I don't think the Rubik shows too much in your draft as well, apart from the fact that Phoenix will be the position 5, most likely. That's the thing with Save and Lil, though. Like, both these guys, they're kind of position 4 players anyway, and they can, like, play all of the heroes that you pick up for support, so I wouldn't really be surprised if Save actually ends up playing the Rubik instead. That being said, I'm not a huge fan of this Rubik pick either. I think it's good for the lane shove, but apart from that, there isn't a whole lot of good spells that can turn the fight around for you on VP.Prodigy. I do like the Mars pick. They got second pick, they get the pick right away after the bans, and like you said, taking that away from VP.Prodigy was a very smart move here. And Nigma go with an Elder Titan. Interesting. So this means most likely the Venge is going to be the 4 and the Elder Titan is the 5. I feel like that would give them better lanes, because if you put ET and the Drow in the same lane and you put the Venge and the Mars in the same lane, I think you're going to have a little bit more power in your two-side, or a much more balanced laning stage.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can see that working. I mean, Venge works well with everyone, and you want her with the Drow, but that is still a factor. That's more for the mid game when you've got the Vengeance Aura plus the anti armor plus the range for the Drow. It's really nice, great combination of heroes, and yeah, I mean they'll see each other one day, maybe not on the laning phase. But yeah, no, I can definitely see Venge and Mars working quite nicely together as well, because obviously God's Rebuke plus the anti armor from the Venge sounds like a pretty nice combination. Yeah, I'm into it.
On top of that, I guess they do have the option to go aggro Trylon as well, or safe lane Trylon with the ET, Drow, and Venge, which could be a big possibility too. I think we've seen that before, where Draw Venge plus a Clockwork. I think that was Secret who did that, and they just absolutely destroyed that lane, and they just let Zai solo in the safe lane, and he just kind of sucked it up, played against 2 heroes, but then the Drow Ranger was so farmed that it didn't even matter.
Yeah. It's Drow really is like just a hero who can carry a whole team in the right circumstances. She doesn't just get to the point where she does so much damage, and that's exactly what happened in that game. VP.Prodigy though, they go with a
Phantom
PL.
Lancer. Oh. Yeah, actually, in game number 2, Navi versus Nigma, there was a Phantom Lancer in that game too, and Nigma got absolutely crushed by that PL. So maybe they were considering that when they were doing their research, watching the replays. And Phantom Lancer against Draw Ranger is extremely nice. You can just get on top of her. She's not going to have an easy time clearing your illusions too, but you are playing PL against Elder Titan, which could be a little bit difficult. If you ever use your Doppelganger, you can get stunned up by the ET's illusions.
Yeah, that's true. That can be annoying, but overall, I think wasn't PL considered to be like a counter to Drow at some point?
Yeah, it is. It still is.
Well, so, there you go then.
Yeah.
That's that. There's the idea. So looks like both teams looking to pick up their mid laners now, unless this Magnus is going mid. But I get a feeling this is going to be a support. Mind you, is it? You got Phoenix and Rubik, who are probably the support duo. So maybe the Magnus is going to be the 3 or mid.
Yeah,
it's going to be mid.
They're going with the Bloodseeker, so it's going to be the mid Magnus.
Okay.
Yeah. We haven't seen a whole lot of success with the offlane Magnus, I want to say. I think this hero needs a lot of levels, and it just needs to keep on scaling throughout the game. And with this Bloodseeker now, Bloodseeker Rubik, we know how strong that lane is.
Yeah.
So there could be a lot of potential for Nigma to just aggro trial lane in this game and just let the Mars solo up against the Bloodseeker bottom or something like that.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I think the theory with the Magnus offlane when it does get played is just to go to the jungle, basically just give up on your lane, sack the lane, and go jungle early on with that empower. But that's not going to be a thing this game as we got the Bloodseeker to go offlane instead. So final pickup now for Nigma. What is it going to be? What do you want to lane versus the Magnus in the middle? Any hard counters here they could go for, something which would really ruin them? Well, they're too late, but they've gone for the Leshrac.
I like it. So this hero deals with Phantom Lancer. It's probably the best counter to Phantom Lancer. In this situation. I think it's good. And it's going to be the position 3 Leshrac.
Oh, really?
And Wee's going to go middle with the Mars.
Wee mid Mars. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, at the back of my mind, I was thinking, like, I've seen Wee play Mars quite a lot. So there's some potential of him playing that. And Mind Control playing Leshrac. I kind of like it because I feel he's much more this farm-oriented offlane player. And Wee, he really likes to sacrifice himself. I feel like Wee plays the position 3 from the mid lane. That's how I feel. So this makes a whole lot of sense. I think Mind Control is going to prioritize his farm a lot. And this GH Elder Titan plus Leshrac lane suddenly looks really, really strong because you got that ranged position 3 hero. So the melee position 4 can just play off that. And 2-on-2 lanes are going to look much, much stronger for Nigma 2 now.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is going to look kind of scary for the side of VP.Prodigy, I would say. I think they've got this PL covered quite well. And if the PL is taken out of the equation, this team, I think, we're going to feel is lacking in damage a little bit. I don't know. I mean, Mag can hit hard and Bloodseeker can hit hard, but they're going to get a bit controlled up here, I feel. I don't know. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think they're going to have a lot of trouble getting to their items before Nigma come online. And Nigma, as soon as they get their blink on Mars, or maybe the Drow Ranger has Yasha plus Dragonlance, they're just going to keep on 5-manning and taking objectives and then take the Roshan, while VP.Prodigy are just going to have to farm up. If you look at their fighting capabilities on Radiant, it's just not that much, honestly, without items.
Yeah, no, it's not. They've got to kind of find somewhere. So what's the lane's gonna look like then? So we're gonna have obviously the Magnus versus the Mars in the middle lane. Is that some kind of good lane for the Mars? I feel like it's gonna be all right.
Yeah, it's just gonna be all right. I think it's gonna be like a 50-50 lane. Most of these melee versus melee matchups, I don't feel like there's any hero who's just gonna destroy. Most of these guys know how to at least break even. and that's what I expect from the mid lane. If there is someone who's going to win this lane, it's probably going to be the Magnus, because the Magnus just gets so much damage from that Empower. You can deny creeps, and then you also got the threat of the Skewer. You have to think about, if you're a Mars, not to get dragged into the tower, where I think the Mag, there's not a whole lot of kill potential from the Mars, I think, going onto this Magnus.
No, I don't think there is. I mean, there really isn't. Max is super tanky as well. I mean, the hero's just so annoying. Does loads of damage, is super tanky, like, gets a cleave, possible to trade with. Maybe an early point in Bulwark could be seen here from the Mars?
I doubt it.
No?
Probably not.
Okay.
Nah. We'll see what Mars... I don't even know what mid Mars generally scales up, but I don't think that's going to be the case. We will probably see him go for a more, tankish damage build, because you have the Leshrac and the Jaw Ranger. I think these are like the position 1 and 2 heroes in this draft. You're going to want this Leshrac to be extremely farmed in this game, so you have a way to just deal with the Phantom Lancer in the mid and late game.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be the moneymaker, that's for sure. I think the Mars is going to be looking for the kills. He's going to be playing very tempo, laying down lanes. Meanwhile, the Lesh is going to be the one farming up pretty hard.
So they are going to go with the aggro trial lane here. They got the ET Vengeance draw bottom. So
that sounds like it'll hurt. Sounds like it'll hurt a lot.
Exactly. This is very similar to the Secret trial lane that they ran, but Secret had a Clockwork instead of an Elder Titan. And I think Elder Titan is just much, much stronger than Clockwork is, if they do end up fighting 3 versus 3.
My thanks will come later, when you least expect it.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, then, that's going to leave the... who is it going to be? It's going to be the Leshrac alone versus the Bloodseeker. Well, I mean, it's going to be Bloods versus Bloodseeker and Rubik on Lil here. So, yeah, I kind of feel like he's probably going to struggle, but at the same time... It's a pretty good hero to have. Gets the deny on the bounty rune. Very nicely done from Mind Control there to rob Lil of his bounty by sinking him around the back. Very, very nice there on Lesh. So, yeah, as I was saying, the Leshrac's going to be laning up into those... it's very aggressive from GH, chasing PL all the way back under his tier 2 tower as well, behind enemy lines. But yeah, just really wanted to punish him for making this rotation. But talking of rotation, VP.Pro are going to be bringing the Bloodseeker down to the bottom lane and the PL up to the top lane. So they are not wanting this matchup as it stands.
Yeah, I think they're okay with this too on the side of Nigma, because they get this huge advantage on the first wave with their cores. So they're going to be okay with that. And Elder Titan is just going to make his way top now. So it's going to be Phantom Lancer, Phoenix against Elder Titan, Leshrac in the safe lane. This is quite concerning for VP.Prodigy.
Yeah, and the bottom lane, they actually managed to get the creeps to go under the tower. I think GH came and blocked the creeps, which means they came under the tower, which means that Bloodseeker gets nothing from the first wave. It all got denied before we even got there, which is huge. So, yeah, this is a great start for Nigma. Already going to be feeling happy as they
getting stunned
up. Great stun out, and the lightning will finish the job. Mind Control draws first blood up in the top lane for Nigma.
Huge. They're off to a great start already on Nigma.
Flying in.
With very favorable lanes as well for them.
Yeah, VP.Prodigy still need to wake up a little bit here. They need to rub the sleep out of their eyes and get themselves into the game. But still, early times. Only a minute in yet. Still plenty of Dota to be played. And this middle lane already off to a flying start for the Magnus as well. We not really having a great time against this Empower.
Yeah, and that's just going to be the case here in the mid lane. It's just going to be a farm fest unless Weehaw makes some kind of a mistake.
Or big players. He actually gets the skewer back
GPK.
under the tower. Doesn't quite connect to the tower though, unfortunately, so he doesn't get the stun off. GPK is going to be alright, but he's not stopping here. God's Rebuke comes out, and GPK has happened to pop a salve here just from the onslaught from Wee on his Mars.
Okay, that was a really nice body block there too. GPK had to just walk all the way around, and that's going to give Weehaw a little bit of an advantage on the mid lane, forcing GPK to use his healing salve already. Small misstep on GPK there.
Yeah, but
they are out of resources in the top lane. They got like, I think, 1 mango left. They're clearing up, but surely that's going to get cancelled quite soon.
Quite promptly, yes.
It's a very resource-intensive lane for Nigma.
Yeah, it is. They're having to burn through it. But GH, you know, he's on the other Titan, so going to make as many pulls as possible. Just try and make some stacks for himself as well, I would imagine. Meanwhile, RMN is going to go down in the bottom lane. And that's going to be a nice little kill onto the Venge there by the Bloodseeker. So Nigma with the missteps, getting caught out. And this is power. We saw this yesterday as well. This Rubik plus Bloodseeker lane, it's a menace.
Oh yeah, it is so incredibly strong. You're gonna get that blood right, pretty much guaranteed, as long as you use the telekinesis.
And Athletic Kid kind of going blow for blow right now. Mind Control throwing a couple of right clicks their way, but not really committing to much here, as it will just be a salve for a salve.
So 4 minutes, we're gonna see the power runes come up. I think this is gonna be very important. If there's like a double damage or even a regen, one of these guys are gonna feel very, very sad. And GPK he's actually not opting for a bottle this game, which is quite interesting. We've been seeing a lot more Magnuses actually go for the bottle so they can utilize those runes and make plays on the side lanes. If they get anything good. Oh, we got an arcane rune.
Save is getting surrounded, but has the first dive. And GH didn't really have anything to offer to that one, so, well, there you go. Bottom lane RMN
going to be pretty big
as well, as Lil's just kind of zoning them out. Yeah, I think they're going to start to struggle a little bit in this bot. Oh, these net worth looking. Well, it's all pretty tight. Bloodseeker is at the top after that kill of his. And meanwhile, PL down at the bottom. But, I mean, there's about 4 heroes all within 100 gold of each other. So it's very, very close in the approximate gold right now. The only one pulling ahead is this Bloodseeker a little bit. We'll see what he can do. I mean, is it a game where Bloodseeker can really start to control the tempo? Oh, hold on. Down to the bottom lane. Lil fighting up into Miracle here. Miracle getting the advantage. The lift up's going to cancel out the multi-shot, but I think Miracle has more than enough damage to bring down this Rubik. Will do exactly that.
Oh, the body block
comes through. Might be trouble for RMN. DM wants it, but at the same time, he knows that these slows are going to be quite dangerous, and he doesn't want to overextend, put himself in a bad situation, so he's going to chill out for the time being. This also means they're going to be able to go for the bounty runes, but whilst they're doing that, DM's going on to Miracle here. RMN's coming back in to help out Miracle. Looks like it will just be not much happening in this bottom lane in the end, as DM just chills out a little bit, accepts the loss of his bounties, and gets on with life. And his teammate, of course.
Yeah, Leo's going to make his way back into his bot lane, so Miracle has to be very careful here, because one lift, he will die if he doesn't... And there it is, there's the ward drop. They're going in. Oh, there's no boots on the Rubik.
Oh no, Lil, didn't have enough. His legs weren't quite fast enough. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Mind Control could be in some trouble as Epileptic Kid and Save get on top of him, start chasing him down here. Leshrac, though, he's on the run. Is it going to get out? I think he is. I mean, he's surprisingly tanky for a Leshrac, and they don't have the damage to get through him, so they're just going to keep on piling in the harass with a couple of Fire Spirits as well. Mind Control, though, he's kind of looking for something here as he runs himself forwards. Has to be careful, though, because these Fire Spirits don't mess around. GH does land the stomp, but unfortunately, the Leshrac had backed himself out. No health to continue going and look for the split follow-up there.
Yeah, I didn't want to be giving away any thirst stacks either to the Bloodseeker. Just going to go back to base, just going to get a lot of XP top now. There's a catapult alive on the mid lane. We're going to see a rotation coming here from RMN. Let's see if they can actually accomplish anything with this. Oh, they really want to protect this catapult middle. We just got the ultimate and a haste rune available.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of pressure.
I think VPP need to get some heroes here stat. I mean, they're bringing one hero down. That's going to be the Phoenix coming in from the side. So it's just going to be RMN and we, and yeah, they've actually given up on the catapult quite quickly here. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, a lift up onto Miracle is going to put him in some trouble, but with RMN's TP over, he's going to be quite safe. And actually, the turnaround play is coming out. Multi-shot does a lot of damage, but RMN has to be pretty careful here, and there's another blood right, but they're both able to sidestep it, so no damage coming out.
Weeha with the haste.
Oh, and he comes with the arena and gets a kill onto DM. The Bloodseeker goes down, and that's a nice rotation in from Weeha as he does find that active rune and make something happen with it. That's got to feel pretty good for him.
And this is why it's so important to be controlling up these power runes, especially the 4 and the 6 minute rune. You just get so much tempo for the mid laner. That haste rune just netted them such a big kill on this Bloodseeker. A little bit of breathing room for Miracle too now. There's so much kill potential from VP.Prodigy, but with that death, they're going to feel quite deflated to try and do something again on the bottom lane.
Like an empty balloon. Quite. It's getting difficult. The Venge and the Drow are just, using their positioning really well to keep themselves safe, and if you overextend on this lane, then the Drow is going to kill you. Frost Arrow is very hard to get away from. The multi-shot as well, very, very annoying for the side of VP.Prodigy to play around. So that's going to be a big threat on the board for the side of Nigma. And this Bloodseeker probably feels a little bit frustrated because he did do better in the lane, like he pulled ahead quite a bit, but actually putting the pressure onto Drow was not really possible. She's still doing absolutely fine as well, really. I mean, she's quite far behind where she should be on the net worth chart. Only 2.5k compared to Bloodseeker's 2.8, so they're not going to feel completely sad about it, but they would have really liked to start dominating this lane with the lead they had.
Right, it's kind of like the trade-off they made on the side of Nigma. This Drow Ranger could have probably farmed a little bit more in the safe lane, but then Leshrac, I think, would have had a much more difficult time playing in the off lane. So both teams here, quite a slow game, I gotta say, because they're playing this tri-core kind of lineup on both sides. Every single core in this game is extremely important. They need all their farm, and the supports, they can't really make too many moves, because if they do, then the core that they're leaving alone is just going to get smashed. This is where like the mid laner is going to be the one who can rotate and try to build some kind of advantage on the side lanes, and having a Magnus in your lineup is feeling a little bit costly at the moment, because Mag can't really make those moves at the moment.
No, it's a trade-off with the Mag, isn't it? You get this nice dude in the middle lane. He usually wins his lane and gets a decent amount of farm, but then what does he do with it? Well, he tends to go to the jungle for a while. Does get himself a Blink Dagger immediately, but it can be a bit slow and not the most active of heroes, especially when your laning phase has been a little bit rough. Or even if it's been good, you want someone to run around with, and your mid lane is just like, yeah, okay, I'm going to hit the jungle, guys. Good luck. Oh, okay, all right. You don't really have anyone to play with in a lot of the time with these Mag lineups, but he is going to be farming quite quickly, and he's going to buff up Epileptic Kid's farming speed as well, which is very nice for him. But yeah, this PL is going to feel pretty good, at least in the jungle. It is the big Leshrac threat, though, we've got to look out for. I mean, how does a Bloodseeker do into the Leshrac? Is he going to be enough to maybe put the shutdown onto Lesh?
I doubt it. There's going to be a Yules that you can use for yourself. When the Blood Rat comes down, dodge all that big damage. You just kind of stand still, and the Bloodseeker has to run into an Edict plus a Pulse Nova. I'm not sure he's going to be able to tank up against this Leshrac, especially if the Leshrac is as farmed as he is at the moment, and he keeps on going at this pace.
Yeah, you got to respect it. This Mind Control Lesh, who's going to be doing quite well through this lane. You're going straight in for the Veil, by the way. Nobody surprised about that.
Nope. Probably we're going to see that Veil plus Hood build. I think that's the most common Bloodseeker build that we have seen up until now. Makes him very tanky.
Yep. Do more magic damage. Take less magic damage. So smart.
Or spell damage, right? Blood Rat is pure.
Oh, yeah, true.
Veil amplifies your spell damage, just so nice. We're probably going to see Miracle actually going to the jungle soon and farm up these ancient camps. I think that's one of the strengths of having this Drow Ranger in the offlane, because he got that access to the triangle much earlier in the game without actually having to make any rotations.
Yeah, and it's interesting she's actually got the Midas queued up right now for Miracle, so...
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Actually, it's quite interesting, because this game is going to be very slow. You're playing against a Magnus and a PL, and you got like a Tricore on your lineup as well. You're going to give a lot of farm away to your Leshrac. Oh, look at the Leshrac. That's a pretty big stack. Who made all those stacks?
Well, they've got an Elder Titan. It's probably him. Yeah.
Oh, that's got to feel good, man. For a 4x stack? 8 minutes in.
On the hard cap, hell yeah. And a nice little medium stack to go along with it as well. A bit of dessert for Mind Control in the jungle. Feels like, and a Faded Brooch and an Arcane Ring. Which one do you choose? Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Weehar's making the rotation in, looking for a target. Drops down the arena, just about catches Lil inside of it, and that is going to be an easy assassination from Wee. Nicely done, and this is going to make this tower up for grabs. Meanwhile, the aggression being mirrored by Epileptic Kid by himself up here in the top lane as him and his fellow Phantom Lancers get to work on that building, but with the double damage on the Mars and with the Drow and the Vengeful. This tower is not lasting any time as well. What a powerful pushing combination. They will take it down in seconds.
And this is again back to the point we made previously. The power runes, right? Weeha gets a DD, he instantly rotates bottom, and the opponent just don't feel like they can do anything against this hero. As long as he's got that arena up and has that power rune available. Oh, save too. Whew. Whew. Close.
Yep, swooped away just in time, and there's the voice chat lines coming out afterwards as well. Just a bit of flexing, bit of casual flexing. Top lane, meanwhile, Epileptic Kid still just getting to work on this tower, and he's got some support coming in for him as well. VPP just making sure that this tier 1 tower will fall up in the top lane.
So they do get some kind of a trade, at least, but it just doesn't feel like VP.Prodigy have any kill potential on the map, which is quite concerning. That means they can only take objectives and farm, essentially, for the time being. Where Nigma have all those options, plus get the Mars somewhere if he casts the spells. I think he's pretty much guaranteeing a kill on anybody on VP.Prodigy's side.
Oh yeah. He's a threat. We're level advantage on Mars, and this guy can do a lot of work. That's what we loved about it. And he's going in for the Blink Dagger, of course. Now. Yep, in they go towards the middle lane. Now this must be defended. Lil, he's going to throw in the Fade Bolt. The Mind control coming over as well, making sure. Oh, he's going into the trees.
They've already glyphed. This Diabolic Edict is surely going to just take this tower here.
Yeah, feels like it. And notice his positioning here as well, just to make sure that the Edict only goes on the tower and not on any of the creeps as well. And also keeps yourself out of vision, because using Edict doesn't give your position away to the enemy. So smoke up, actually. But yeah, this is a big tower. I mean, they really didn't do enough to defend this tower, I feel, on VP.Prodigy. Like, do you think they could have fought that?
No, there's no way. I think if the Bloodseeker wasn't there at the start and rupturing instantly as soon as he saw the Mars, there's just no way that they were going to be able to take that engagement. And that's the weakness of playing this Mag PL lineup
Kid,
right now.
He was... Oh, that was such a bait from we actually.
No arena,
meanwhile, the arena comes down. Oh, Athletic Kid, he's up on the cliff. Somehow not inside that arena. We just going for the TP way up. He cancelled it out, and they'll get the kill onto Weeha instead. Athletic Kid goes for... Yeah, I have no idea how he wasn't inside the arena on that cliff, but somehow...
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, somehow he was just in like a little speck of land where he wasn't in the arena, but 3D. Was on the cliff. Pretty amazing. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like they're going to make a play onto the Bloodseeker top. Our man does have 2 swaps available. I can't imagine DM actually being able to get out of this with a TP or anything.
Flash track with the stomp. There it is. There's a damage coming out from the Lush, and that's going to be level 10 for him as well, as Mind Control claims himself another. GHS get the kill. But there's a smoke coming out from the side of VP.Prodigy. They want to get Miracle here. They need a little bit more than this, though. Just the 2 supports wrapping around onto Miracle. He's stealing the multi-shot. I feel like this is going to be somewhat underwhelming. Oh, look at the damage out from the Rubik. Miracle, what does he do here? Well, he just runs away. Easy peasy. I said it was going to be underwhelming.
Oh, he got slept on the
now Iron Man's in with the stun. The silence as well saved. Embarrassing play there as he pops the run over, gets absolutely nothing for it, and then swiftly murdered for his efforts immediately afterwards. Nigma with the swift response. I don't know what that play was from VP.Prodigy, man. That was
you know what's funny? You hyped that up so much, and then Miracle just like casually walked away from all of it. Oh man, that's gotta feel really bad. And this goes back to the other point you made, like they just don't have any kill potential on the side of VP.Prodigy. Which of these heroes combined together can actually make plays happen on the map? Maybe the Bloodseeker and the Rubik, but this Bloodseeker, he feels very underleveled. He's only level 7. It's 13 minutes in the game.
Is under attack.
Yeah, he's a little bit low, isn't he? Needs to get some levels out from somewhere.
They're gonna invade the triangle area on the side of Nigma. And it's just Mars and GH here. Are we here in GH?
Oh, look at the multi-shot damage from Lil again here. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer, he's okay. He's got the doppel to get himself away, also managing to dodge out the Split Earth as well. So GH going to be left without the goods, without the PL kill on that one. Arena goes a little bit to waste somewhat.
Wow, there's another stack again in the camp for Mind Control here. So it's a pretty cool play. They made the arena, and then Mind Control thought that RMN was going to swap the PL, and he was stunning on top of where the Venge was, but RMN went for the stun instead. So if he actually did the swap into a stun from Mind Control, that would have been some next level plays right there. And they probably would have got the PL too. So maybe a little bit of a lost opportunity. Not on the same page.
Yeah, a little bit. And PL does now have this Diffusal Blade completed. I mean, I kind of feel like VP.Prodigy could win a fight right now. They've got Magnus with the Echo Saber. Oh, I guess they want the blink on Magnus. Maybe you need to wait for that. That's kind of your team fight potential there. But
it's quite concerning.
Awkward.
Yeah, it's quite concerning that they're actually getting out-farmed by this Drow Ranger. And you can see the Midas actually coming into effect.
Oh, and look at this. Iron Man is going to come on with the Ray with Terror, and then the multi-shot onto the Ancient Camp as well. These big Ancient stacks are going to start falling down right now for Miracle. So, more cash in the bank.
Going for a straight. Vladimir's on the Vengeful Spirit as well. They're going to have so many auras available on the side of Nigma.
Yeah, they're going to have a huge amount. Meanwhile, it looks like this is his blink coming out, Tim, I would hope. Get something coming on the Courier, and it is indeed a blink dagger. So that's a big timing for Nigma. Meanwhile, Magnus, he's getting there as well. A little bit quicker, of course.
Look at the Miracle's next item he bought here. This must be the greediest Drow Ranger build I have seen.
Miracle, second item, Boots of Travels. Wow, I haven't seen that before. That's hella greedy. But I mean, you know, I guess it works, you know, map potential, pushing potential, and later on in the game when she hits over 25, the 30% cooldown reduction, really nice with the BOTs, just gives you permanent map presence pretty much, so I can see it, but pretty crazy nonetheless.
I do expect VP.Prodigy to make some kind of plays happen right now, though, because they did go for that Diffusal Blade first. And generally, when you do this build, you are looking to fight right away. And try to build some kind of momentum through this item. Ooh, so here we have a smoke. I think this is going to be the first play.
GPK with a blink dagger reveal. He's got a haste as well, so it's going to be quite easy for him to find initiation here. But Iron Man's going to pop the smoke early. They know what's going on here. Athletic Kid feels a little bit scared, and they're actually backing away here, VP.Prodigy. They're not forcing the issue at all. Athletic Kid still sticking on the front lines. Iron Man actually goes for the swap into the silence. Weehar jumps on forwards here. RP comes down, only lands onto the Lesh. Can they bring him down? Nice skewer across. Unfortunately, he gets blocked out by the arena, and now he's slept up, being beaten down. Mind Control still alive throughout all of this. They're going to get GPK. Surely the Leshrac should die. Fadebot will finish the job. GPK will lose his life. Mind Control goes down as well. Meanwhile, looking for something here, but the skewer flies a miss. And, well, that's going to be it, really. A disappointing fight from VP.Prodigy as they lose both their Phantom Lancer and their Magnus. Not going to plan whatsoever.
Yeah, their teamfight capabilities is just not as strong as Nigma's is at this point. You got to consider fighting into the Earth Splitter. You can get, you know, there's also the saves with the swaps. And the Mars arena is just way too much, especially when you fight in that little river area. You don't have a whole lot of space to maneuver around if you're VP.Prodigy. They're gonna try to do the rush. I'm not so sure this is actually a good idea because Magnus is gonna be up soon.
Lil, oh dear. Lil just gets wrecked. RMN as well in some trouble. That's gonna be 2 dead, 1 on each side. Meanwhile, Nigma goes to the sleep. Oh, they actually catch up the Phoenix mid-dive. Miracle just sees a sitting duck and takes it down. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker's still in a bit of trouble. Epileptic wants to back himself out as well. Silence comes on down, holding back Nigma. Mind Control still going for it, but that's not gonna happen.
Epileptic kick back alive. He really still wants to fight because there's no way that he's gonna be able to out-farm or farm his way back into this game. I think Nigma's heroes are eventually gonna outscale him, especially with this super farmed Leshrac at this point in the game.
Yeah, this Lesh is the threat in this game. You know, the Drow's doing a lot, Miracle's doing a lot, but he's mostly farming. He's mostly absorbing creeps. It's the Leshrac who's gonna be doing the heavy lifting in the team fights. And what's the mirror from VP.Prodigy, though? We haven't really talked about their game plan much.
I mean, they have to fight. They actually just can't farm their way back into this game. It just doesn't. I don't think it's going to happen. And Nigma are just going to keep on finding picks if VP.Prodigy actually split up on the map. I think Nigma have the best, like, 2-3 hero smoke combos from both teams.
Nigma going in with this one. 3 men inside the arena. Supernova to follow up as well from the side. Stolen arena comes down, though, and it's actually Wee who ends up losing his life. And then he's in some trouble as well, surrounded by Lepetic. And meanwhile, the RP on the backlines. GPK tries to track away, but no! Interrupted by the Yules from Mind Control. Beautifully timed. Income save coming on overhead. Now, Sunray's going to come out. Meanwhile, Silence, well, that's not really going to do a whole lot here as Miracle turns around with a multi-shot just to hold back the side of VP.Prodigy. They do get the win in this little fight, and finally they can look to taking down this tier 1 in the middle lane. But at 19 minutes, it is still a very slow tower. But still, get it, they should They're really backing out here. I feel like they need this tower, but it's actually the Bloodseeker's in some trouble right now. Mind Control on the front lines doesn't really have much mana left, but it doesn't matter. They get a kill into DM all the same. Lil dies as well, and that's going to be, well, no tower for you, VP.Prodigy. This tower is going to survive into the 20th minute of the game, which is just ridiculous.
Ooh. I mean, that was a really good engagement from VP.Prodigy. I think Weehaw was a little too eager there, or trigger happy. He just blinked blindly into 4 heroes, died, and I thought VP.Prodigy were going to be able to run them down. Almost got a really good score on Miracle, but that Eul's came in so clutch, actually not making Miracle out of position.
Yeah.
And then they were able to just reset, come back in with their resources and be able to fight off VP.Prodigy from the
GPK though with the skewer back. GH. This is a freebie. This is a freebie.
Oh yeah.
Someone wasn't watching the respawn timers, I think.
Oh, he actually manages to TP out there. He was getting gone on by the Phantom Lancer. I think this is gonna be it. The tier 1 tower. Finally, 20 minutes.
Finally.
They're gonna be able to get it.
Yay! Congratulations, round of applause for VP.Prodigy as they do finally bring it down, and now they can start doing some proper smokes, finding some proper aggression. Hopefully, although they probably want to wait for their ultimates first, but you know, only 20 seconds left on the RP, so I really want to see VP.Prodigy now turning it up a bit and trying to put the smack down onto Nigma.
Yeah, they would like to. Phantom Lancer is getting quite close to that Manta. Not the amount of net worth that he was hoping for in this game, but what can you do? You just got way too pressured by the other heroes on the side of Nigma in this game. And they're going to be smoking up on Nigma instead. They know that VP.Prodigy just spent a lot to take this mid tower.
DM's going to be the target. Oh, Arena just catched him out again here, but this is the death of DM. Nice little pick off there from Wee. He's really landing these arenas like just on the edge every time, but you know what? If it
Roshan.
hits, it hits. And now, yeah, one thing is on their minds, and it is the big scaly boy. I'll lead their way into this Roche pit, and VP.Prodigy kind of need to do something about this. Let's see what the plan is. They do have buyback on the Bloodseeker, but it's going to go down so quickly.
Here's
with
the smoke.
Venge here. Yeah, they're going for it.
A big RP.
GPK
possibly
has the blink. It could be. There's 2 heroes which they could really use inside the pit right now. PL Illusion just going to give things away. Oh, wait, what? The split actually catches Save, but it doesn't matter. The RP comes through along with the supernova as well. Oh my goodness, it's too much damage. They've lost Iron Man and Wee straight off the bat, and Miracle's going to go the same way as well. It didn't matter that the Phoenix got caught out there by the Split Earth, which is just downright unfortunate. They still get off the RP. GPK gets a huge RP. And with the supernova coming down as well, Epileptic gets able to clean up everybody, and now he gets Roshan as well. Aegis in his pocket. VP.Prodigy. What a fight from them.
Dude, that was absolutely insane. They saw that Phoenix. They were like, oh, we're going to get this guy. He's going to die right here because he got stunned. You know, he messed up, and here comes the big RP on 3 heroes. And then the Blood Right on top of that. Oh, I think this was a big game changer right here. The Phantom Lancer got his Manta, got an Aegis now. And Nigma, this is what they were playing for this entire game. They wanted that 20-minute smoke into a Roshan play, and it's completely ruined them.
Yep.
They're not going to have any big objectives to play around anymore. They're going to have to wait for VP.Prodigy to make some kind of a mistake and Nigma to be ready to punish that. Because without the Aegis, I don't think Miracle feels very confident to be able to push these tier 2 towers.
No, not at all. It's going to be Nigma on the back foot for a long time now. And well, it's kind of the onus is on VP.Prodigy to see what they can do with this. They have the Aegis. They have the ball well and truly in their court. Let's see what they can make happen. But, you know, this Leshrac, he's still going to be a factor. He's got himself a decent amount of farm. Going in for the Shivas next, which, again, is just going to make him so annoying to deal with in these fights. He really is just trying to be an anti-PL machine. That's his ambition this game.
But this Magnus also, he's a big menace now. He's got that BKB. They're not going to be able to stun him up anymore. So whoever he blinks onto and RPs, I think is going to pretty much die from all those right clicks. I mean, the Venge swap is the only thing that he has to consider at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's the only threat, really. Yeah, I think they're feeling a little bit under pressure right now. The Leshrac becomes, you know, with Aegis and PL as well, you know, the Leshrac just becomes a non-factor, I feel, because his one job is to get on top of this PL and kill off his illusions and be annoying and control him up and reveal the real PL, but with the Aegis, he doesn't care, and he's going to drain your mana in his first life, so even if you do kill him off once, he's going to be back with all his illusions, and you're not going to have any mana, so... Apple's getting more than happy just to throw his body into the Leshrac in the next fight,
Here's the smoke. They know Lil TP bottom.
In comes a Rupture onto GH, but he's going to throw down the arena onto the Bloodseeker, but he's being healed up by the Phoenix right behind him. Meanwhile, Athletic Kid's got in pretty deep here. The Esper does catch him out, but, well, it's not really doing a whole lot. Looks like they're both going to... Although, from the backlands, Mind Control, he's just running into everybody right now. Is this really the right place? Supernova comes down. Drow's trying to get him, but no, GPK comes in. RPs stops him killing off the egg. Mind Control will still do it, but he's traded his life for it. Meanwhile, it looks like Miracle's in some trouble as well. She gets killed off. Athletic Kid comes in from the side to bring down Wee. Wee is the target. Bulwark's not going to save you now, boys. He gets killed off. GH, he's got a ton of damage at least as Iron Man goes for a swap here, but it looks like the Venge is going to lose his life. Epileptic Kid with the double, wants to find a triple. GH's a little bit too scary. Mind Control's back in. He's going for this right now. He sees two low heroes and he's getting a ton of damage off. He gets them both. Oh, wait, no. Epileptic Kid was just doppling himself out and the Rubik is still alive, but gets finished off by GH. Gives his life for this kill, but Epileptic Kid will be finding another hero, it looks like, as DM just glides alongside him and gets the right click, the last one in. And that is going to be 4 heroes dead. Make it actually 5 heroes dead on the side of Nigma. That was a buyback from Mind Control. Crazy play from the Leshrac there, by the way, to TP back into that one after he buys back. He does get himself a kill, but yeah, that was costly.
Yeah, they get that Rubik and they get the Magnus there. I think if he didn't buy back and make that play, that would have been like 4-for-0 trade, essentially. Or, yeah, it would have actually been 4-for-0 trade. It would have been completely disastrous for Nigma. I still think it was disastrous because next time Leshrac dies, he's going to be dead for like 90 seconds. And he's still the hero who needs to be able to deal with the Phantom Lancer. We saw in the last engagement that Leshrac just lost all his mana as soon as the PL went on top of the Lesh. And was not able to do anything or dish out any damage to be able to kill these illusions. On top of that, Epileptic Kid, he still has that Aegis for another minute. So I think they're going to look to take another engagement in this bottom area of the map.
Iron Man feeling a little bit surrounded right now. He's got a haste, but he's also ruptured. That's not a good combo. And meanwhile, they've seen Wee as well. I don't know why he didn't just get himself away here. He could be in some real trouble. GPK comes flying on the side, but yeah, this is Wee most definitely dead. Caught out just on the edge of that blood right. And Wee's going to be the extra little +1 here. Well, it's a pretty big +1 if you ask me.
Oh man, I hate to say it, Nomad. Nigma played this very surgical game, and then that Roshan fight just threw a huge wrench into their plan. And it's looking quite grim at this point. Once the Phantom Lancer is this powerful, and your Leshrac can't actually deal with him any longer,
top tower is under attack.
It ain't looking too hot for them.
Oh yeah, Epileptic Kid, he's in the driving seat right now, and he has both hands at the 10 and 2 on the wheel. Feeling very good. Aegis gone. Still, that's going to be a slight relief for Nigma, but at the same time, this game is very much hard for them. Very, very difficult.
Dire's middle tower.
Drow maybe regretting the Midas boots of travel, you know, could have maybe taken that Roche a little bit quicker without it, but yeah, I don't think that's to blame for this game.
You say that. You say that.
Have you got different ideas?
Oh, I don't know. I think they needed to just maybe control the high ground and try to make sure VP.Prodigy can actually get to the low ground and contest that Roshan. Or maybe they just got a little bit too baited by that Phoenix getting stunned up. But giving up the Roshan there just completely turned this game around. And that's just the way that Nigma drafted as well. You need every single Aegis if you're Nigma in this game. And losing that first Aegis was just the most costly thing possible.
Meanwhile, Mind Control going for the stomp
again.
save, but he actually gets lifted up by Lil, so the combo is counted out. Meanwhile, Wee is actually losing his life on the backlines of this fight, but even on the front, GPK actually pops the BKB. He does have the blink, trying to drag Mind Control and RPs him back towards his team as the Supernova comes down, but Miracle's here, ready to punch it on down here. He tries to go for the skewer to interrupt it, but that doesn't really work, but Miracle is pushed out of position all the same, but a nice stomp comes down onto the two of them. DM has to run himself away. GPK, unfortunately, doesn't have the speed, but Athletic Kid, he's in. He's looking for the kills here. He finds himself one, but he's He's also dropping really low too. The Leshrac, they never finished him off, does finally die. Meanwhile, Miracle, they're picking him out of the backlines. DM deals with Iron Man, and they'll look in towards Miracle as well, and he will lose his life. That's a full 5-man team wipe again here, VP.Prodigy. That was an awkward fight. The egg dies right at the start, but it doesn't even matter. They are so strong at fighting at this point. The VP.Prodigy are feeling great.
That was actually the best fight Nigma was going to get. They had the Elder Titan on top of the Phantom Lancer. They had the Leshrac going off with the Pulse Nova, and they just couldn't bring him down. This Bloodseeker has Vladimir's Guardian Greaves keeping the Phantom Lancer alive. The PL himself also has a Cloak, so he's taking much less damage from the Leshrac. And I'm not sure if they're ever going to get a better fight than that.
Nope.
They couldn't bring the PL down there. He's just going to get stronger. I think next item is going to go for like a Scotty or something. So he has a little bit more HP, maybe even a Satanic. And if he ever gets to Satanic, he's going to be unkillable.
Even more unkillable, yeah. No, he did get pretty low in that last fight. There was a point where I thought he might have overestimated himself, but no, Athletic is playing this game so damn well.
Very calculated.
Yeah.
Understands his limits indeed.
Yep. Playing some hokey-cokey team fights where he's in and out, in and out.
Ooh, interesting item from Bloodseeker. Going for a Glimmer Cape now. Okay. Much more team or helping the Phantom Lancer maybe. I felt like a pipe would have been extremely nice, because then these illusions are going to be very tanky too.
Yeah, true.
Aura.
You'll usually see a pipe when you're playing into a Lash, but not this game. No pipes today. So, Nigma, I mean, feeling like it's back against the wall for them right now. They're trying to hold their base while split pushing as best they can. Miracle down the bottom, just going to push this wave out. But meanwhile, their top tower is being absolutely melted. And that's the last... Oh no, it's not the last outer tower. Sorry, they've still got one in the bottom lane, but 2 tier 2s down for the side of Nigma now as the net begins to tighten around them. Next Roche is what we're looking for here, and that's going to be respawning in 1 minute 50.
Exactly. VP.Prodigy, they know that they are in the driver's seat and just gonna keep on controlling top and mid. 2 lanes is enough for them. They don't really mind the bottom being pushed out. One of the supports will just go there, farm that up if need be, and wait for the
Missile Blade out onto Weehaw.
Oh,
They
no.
found him. He does manage to get off that BKB. Is it going to help him survive, though? I'm not too sure. TP is going to be used
Any
here,
bash?
and with the
Ooh,
BKB,
nice.
they don't want to drop the
Okay.
RP for it. That's fair enough.
That was a pretty nice way how he TP'd out. Just blocked them out. They couldn't chase him further with that basher.
Just getting into his own wall around the other side of it.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
So smoke back up to top. They feel like Nigma would try to get out of containment, running top.
Oh, Miracle, a little bit
he's
off the
one
mark
getting
without
hunted.
silence. The Abyssal Blade is there from another kid, but he doesn't want to use it. He's actually going to go back and look for the Venge instead, get the easy kill, and Venge being down is a pretty big deal for Nigma. Oh, RP actually comes down from the high ground here. GPK, he's going in deep, and he fishes out the right target. Miracle dragged out of position. Can they finish the job? Supernova in the backline, right in front of Wee, but meanwhile, Mail Control and GH are just getting run down. They're both going to lose their lives. Supernova comes crashing down. VPP with the big PP plays as they take down all 5 of Nigma, and now they're up onto the high ground, pushing at the base. Roshan spawning soon, but they don't care. They want to take some buildings, and there's only 1 buyback for Nigma right now, so their chance of defending this one is very low. It's going to be at least Elena Barracks, probably 2. Wow, I mean, maybe even game? What are they going to do here? No, this is going to be the
they're
Barracks.
content with getting the racks here, right? There's 5 heroes, no one has popped the buybacks, so you just keep on going until someone does. And this Roshan is always free. And they have a courier in there too. They realize that it's not actually up quite yet, so they're going to keep on going. Probably just take 2 sides and then go back for the Rosh here. The bottom tier 2 tower is still alive. Nigma are just going to hang around in this game. Hopefully they can get some kind of a miracle fight pretty soon. It's what they're hoping for.
That's what they need. That's what they need. But it's going to be probably high ground for a while now for them. Leaving the base going to feel like a pretty scary prospect. Man, I mean, GPK is playing a phenomenal Magnus here. Jumping in and finding Miracle there is just completely... I mean, that's that team fight gone. And they can't leave the Drow behind. Like, they have to turn that into a fight then. And it's just
exactly.
hopeless.
Epileptic Kid and GPK, they've just been hunting Miracle this entire game whenever a fight breaks out, man. Miracle cannot find a break whatsoever. He even had the spider legs in the engagement because he knows how important his positioning is going to be against these two guys.
Absolutely.
GPK is so patient, not jumping anybody else, only waiting for that Jaw Ranger to show up, popping the reverse polarity on her, trying to score her back into his team. Oh. Smoke up, this is it.
They're defending this high ground.
Right here.
They want to see if they can do something, but unfortunately, the worst possible hero jumps up onto the high ground. Mind control. He's throwing his body into this one, but there's the satanic out on Sapphire. Well, he actually gets stomped up, so he can't get the heals off. Immediate heals out as well. Athletic is losing most of his first life, but GPK is flying on through. Iron Man's going to lose his life, but it looks like the Leshrack's going down as well. No buyback on either. They're just trying to desperately fight into this one, but there is no fight to be had. GH looks like he's going to lose his life. They have killed off Epileptic Kid once, but unfortunately, you'll need to do it again, and GH is going to die. 3 heroes out of the equation. Miracle and we just left that fight pretty much the moment it started. They realized there was nothing to be done there, but unfortunately it's just going to be 2 heroes trying to defend this high ground. Maybe the Venge will be back in time, but I think this is going to be mega creeps for VPP right now.
Dire's bottom tower
It's so hard, especially with that Aegis hero going in first. He just
Left
can't help
up
but
onto
focus
Wee.
him
He's
down.
in some trouble. GPK comes in with the skewer to drag him back out of position. That's another hero dead. Wee Heart eats the dirt. They've even left behind a faded brooch as they get onto the tier 3. Dead 45 seconds. I said there'd be 3 to defend. I was completely lying. There's only 2 to defend, but in reality, there is 0 people to defend this barracks. It is going down, and this is going to be Megas versus Pro-Prodigy, and they might not be done here. They might be looking for tier 4s as well. Realizing the lack of buybacks coming through right now, their opportunity might be right in front of them.
Gonna be it. They're gonna wait 5 more seconds for the Elder Titan and the Leshrack to respawn.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tier
Maybe they can
4s
get
will
to
fall.
one more fight in.
Ancient
It's
being
quite
besieged
optimistic.
as well. Nigma, you need to do something here. I mean, there's heroes respawning, and you know what? Versus Pro-Prodigy, they're just going to take the safest route possible. They're going to back themselves out,
Wow.
leave them to suffer with the Megas. Although,
A lot of respect.
wait.
Do they have a smoke? Take back.
They're
Heal up
chilling.
GPK first. Wait for
Healing
that
up, yep.
polarity.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They're just waiting. Oh, they're going to go, actually. Wee's the one who makes a jump here. Tries to jump onto Lil. In comes the anti-armor. Iron Man chasing him down as well. And that is going to be a kill, but me, one of the back lines here is in trouble. Abyssal Blade out onto the Drow Ranger. GPK coming to help him out as well. And the 2 cores will bring down the Drow. And they will kill off the Supernova from the side of Nigma at the very least. And GPK dropping down the RP onto the Mars, trying to control him up. But he's stunned up for the duration of it, so I can't really do a whole lot. GH now turning it around, but Iron Man's already loses life. But here comes Epileptic Kid. Here comes the big guns. Here comes the damage. And Virtus Pro-Prodigy will be taking game number 1 in this best of 3 series as they take down Nigma for the first game. And that was a hell of a performance. I mean, they played so well on that one. That was, was a absolute demonstration from the side of Virtus Pro-Prodigy on how to play against a Drow.
That was actually insane from VP.Prodigy that all they had to do was take 1 fight, 1 engagement on Roshan, win it, get the Aegis, and that was it. That just blew up the entire game. And Nigma kind of picked this draft where they need to constantly take all the towers, play the objective game, keep pressuring VP.Prodigy, and they were doing it for the first 20 minutes of this game. But I feel like this Boots of Travels and Midas build just didn't allow Nigma to keep pushing on that advantage even further. It just kind of slowed down their game a little bit, I felt like. And I guess Miracle had a different plan for this game compared to his team and the draft that they went for. And because they lost that Aegis, it just kind of fell apart from there. It's just kind of draft that Nigma drafted, and they need to play a lot better with how they take these objectives if they want to win with something like this.
It was awkward. It was very disconnected from the side of Nigma, and they weren't able to really. I mean, at that Roche call, what do you think? Let's go back to that moment, because was there another play to make there at that Roche? Did they need to go for Roche?